Anime punch, ayy. Anime punch, ayy. Anime punch, ayy. Anime punch, ayy. Warning, I do not own any of these clips in this video. If you are a little curious about the anime in this video, please support the creators by watching it on Hulu, Funimation, Crunchyroll, Netflix, Toonami, Verve, and YouTube. Hey, BT Sean here, and yes, we're back talking about Beastars. I'm excited you are now here talking about season 2, of course. But like before I watched this, I looked at my old video to check out how I was doing, but wow. Wow. I look so different with the hair. Like I actually look kinda good. No, I mean like right now. I mean like back in the day, like I had a freaking thing on my head. Like it was so bad I was making Sonic jokes with my spiky hair. Like it was no good. I am excited here to bring you back the Beastar of the Beast. And at first talking about where the characters are at right now. And new characters. Okay, let's talk about the characters. First thing first, I'm gonna leave a couple characters out because of spoilers. Yes, let's start with the new characters. Giant Snake Lady. Very interesting, very showed up in the anime, and I'm very surprised that you only see her like once or twice. But when you see her in the animation, it's actually very good. She's visually thin, and her character is okay. It's kind of one-dimensional. By the way, she sucked at her job. I'm not going to explain who this character is and what she's about, but like, you know what? No, I can say that. It's not really a spoiler. She's a hall monitor that you never notice. She's been around the first season, you just haven't seen her. She was off camera. This Hornet fella right here, I do not like him. Like, he's arrogant. He's like, it's like he'll place in Louis. Like, he don't have anything. Like, we never dive in about this character, but you just know this character kind of sucks. This character is up in everybody. He think he know everything. He's like that one guy who always trying to fight with somebody, but when he come to a fight, he don't want no smoke. And like, I don't know. I feel like it did a better job with this character, but then again, I guess they was going for that, and yeah. This character. Louis has the most character growth throughout this whole season. And like, I think watching season 1 and watching season 2 back to back is almost recommended for this. The way he shows, the way he hates carnivores, the way he comes around with it, and where he acts in the anime is freaking amazing. Little slight spoilers, but like he doesn't die at the end of season 1. He ended up getting approached with the lions, which is very interesting. By the way, that's pretty much makes season 1 random events more better to me. It worked so much well after watching season 2. And Louis became out better. His arc become full circle. He stopped being arrogant, he stopped being hateful. He started to understand and started to see people from a different view. Legoshi. I'm probably saying his name wrong.
Legoshi.
Yeah, Legoshi. So Legoshi is pretty much the same character growing up, but like he faced a lot of good challenges, like the plot that I'll be talking about later, like him trying to find out who the killer or the Alpaca, I think he was, which is very interesting. I know like at the end of that season that didn't get resolved, but it get resolved this season, was very interesting. But he get more step closer, understanding people, he takes more risks, and he works very hard to like actually protect the people we need to protect. I still think he didn't change that much from the first season. Okay, so the panda. I don't think I talked about the panda guy in the first video, but he more or less one-noted in this one. Like, they show his character more and more throughout the season. He trained Legoshi to be a better person, a better, stronger and everything. And like, I don't know what this really was shown in the first season, but I started to notice it in this season. His little shop, like the people who be eat is like drug addicts, and which is very interesting. That's the kind of clinic, and it just clicked on me. Clinic, that's real life. I mean, like, wow, this anime is just very good. His character is pretty much more the same when you see him in the first thing. He just respect Legoshi a little bit more and started to understand more and more what he's really about. because a lot of people see Legoshi as somebody put in the front, and some points he is, but his whole character, he wants to be more. He wants to help more. He believes every life is a life. Went right back to Legoshi. Okay, let's get back to Haru. I couldn't pronounce her name in the first video. I just spit right on my camera. So she's pushed all the way into the background. She doesn't really do nothing. She's just there. Sure, they like put a little stuff there to make her character a little more fleshed out, but they didn't do nothing with this character. She just shows up and disappears. She was one of the most interesting characters in season 1, and to her to put backseat like that, I think it was an error. It definitely was an error. Okay, so I got done talking about all the characters. Now let's talk about the main event. What I really think about the show. I meant to say what I think about this season. That's my fault. So anyway, so my thoughts on this season is like, it didn't end as wrapped up in the first season. Then again, the first season felt like it kind of ended too, but like it felt like everything that he had to say, they said it. I felt like you got to watch season 1 and season 2. But you know, the plot of the whole season was pretty much finding out who is the killer in the season 1 in the first episode and how to deal with him. And the way they did it was very, very interesting. You wonder how they really going to end it. But I think they ended it very well. They wrapped it up pretty fast, but I don't like how they did with Haru. Louis with all the Shinigami stuff was very interesting. They show how Louis was putting up a front for everybody and trying to be strong for everybody, but certain amount of people be like this. Bro, just be real, you're not really like that. Let me talk about what really runs the show and that really got me ahead of the show is it's the symbolism and all the good stuff. Like, they talk about depression, they talking about, you know, taking pills and stuff like that to make you mellow out, and people feeling good enough not to take pills, and then they end up effing up their life because they're not taking the pills because they felt good. That's a real thing that happens to real people in depression. That happened. And that, I wasn't expecting to see that. And the way they humanized the killer, when you see him, like the way he killed like that character in the first season, he didn't really see it as a very, very vicious act. He just thought it was another way to like looking into another person, or maybe just going through some real trauma. Drug addicts going to drug clinics, people try to clean it up, and he said, I don't believe in like beasts of bad animals. I do believe in like people making the bad decisions. Like the panda said, like he would like to give him a chance to come back. The new characters was fine. I don't know how I felt about them. They will get more developed in season 3. And they talking about segregation, which is very interesting. Like the way they show it on the show, how short-minded that decision made and kind of is. Because just separating the carnivores and the plant eaters ain't gonna solve the problem that is there. Of course, animal got eaten on campus and how to deal with that, and it didn't quietly just go away. People were so pissed off about it, and they want the school principal to do something about it. And the way everybody reacted to the segregation news was very interesting. By the way, spoiler alert, my bad. It was very surprising. Like, I wasn't expecting them to take that route. And I'm like, wow. It's just the way that they're gonna explore it. Even like side characters that you really don't care, don't even know their name of. You see the way they go through it. Even when this one guy got injured by another meat eater, he was scared at the moment, but he understand. And the way that a meat eater reacted with that mistake, like he acted like his life was over, but it could be over. Like, just imagine, you hurt a student, everybody gonna see you that type of way throughout the whole system. And as like a black person, I don't have no record on me, but soon I get one record on me, then I'm considered as a criminal or a possibility someone who not very untrustable, someone who do mischief. Some people even see me as like that, even though I haven't got no record on me, which is really suck. And that's the way I see this show do it, because it's all these metaphors, meat eaters. They had to work harder to fit in with everybody else. And it shows how very unfair and how stressful that is. It's amazing how they use that with metaphors and they don't shove it down your throat. I mean, it's obvious, but they don't shove it down your throat. It's real natural and it's world building. In the first season, I didn't know how I felt about them as they make them be actual meat eaters. I felt like they had a missed opportunity of that, but really thinking about that, I felt like keeping it in there, make the world building is more interesting. Like, how did this world exist with meat eaters and plant eaters? How did it came up like this, and how did it like run? Like, I like the plot, I like where it was going for. It was very interesting. The first couple episodes didn't have me cooked, but once they got into it and once they showed like the symbolism, racism, it made you think, wow, this show is very deep. And I guess that's my thoughts. What I want in season 4, I want them to expand on the side characters that they showed in this season. I want them to talk about the segregation news that are coming up soon in next season. And I want Yoshi to experience more of that racism stuff going on. I mean, I don't want that to happen, but I want to expand upon it. It's a lot of things that's set up, and I don't want Louis to revert back. I am curious how he gonna react to other students, the way he act at the end of the season, which is gonna be a very interesting to see. But like, it's gonna be good. I can't wait. I will say this season will be definitely like 4.5. This anime is very good. Like, people got brushed off it because it looked like some fairy tale, but it got more to say. It got more challenging question that people ain't afraid to talk out their mouth in real life. And it just goes out in front of you and say this. And it's so freaking good and interesting. People act very believable. Like, why would you trust this person? Why do you be like that? And then you got heart and warming conversations. Like, people have to try harder than other people just because how did they got raised up, how did they look, who they are. And like, it's good. It's good. Watch Beastars. I highly recommend it. Season 2 is out right now as I'm speaking. I watched all the episodes like in 2 days. It's that good. And yes, make sure you leave a like if you like this video. And make sure you leave a comment to say what anime you want me to react to, or tell me what you think about Beastars. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and get notified about this video and live stream. I'll see you next time on Enemy Punch A. Enemy Punch A. See ya. That is pretty good. I mean, like, could have been a little better, but pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. 5.5 out of 5. Yeah. Enemy punch A, 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 enemy punch A.